Posted by you/mommy dear. I, 38F, am a married mom of 3 kids, all 6 years old and younger, and my little brother, 21M, is almost 2 decades younger than me. He is on the spectrum but is high functioning, and he had some developmental delays because of a brain injury he sustained when he was born. I helped raise him as much as I could, but our parents are pretty emotionally abusive, so I wasn't there a lot, and we had grown apart a bit as he became a teen. He has done better than expected in life. He graduated high school and attended a semester of college before getting a job cleaning a hospital. I helped him apply for the job, and when he had a mental breakdown, I blamed myself for helping him get the job. In August, after reading bedtime stories to my kids, I got a text from my brother. He came over and said he went to the desert to shoot himself but chickened out. I made him dinner and took him to a crisis center. I later learned that he had plans to shoot up the hospital where he was working, specifically in the children's unit. He planned to take hostages with him. He had plans to unalive by police when they arrived. He purchased several guns and tactical gear, including an automatic rifle and a milk crate full of ammo. He intimately abused the family dog and even had plans to unalive my parents and sisters. He has very few, if any, friends, and has never had a romantic relationship. He was obsessed with guns for a few years, and I told my parents and other siblings that he shouldn't own them when I learned he was in possession of them, but nothing happened. The police and FBI were involved, and he spent 2 months in a mental health hospital. I spoke with him by phone every few days, and I believed he could get better with the meds and therapy. He was released 2 weeks ago, and he said he felt better than ever and did not have any intrusive thoughts anymore. He got on a dating app, was applying for jobs, and moved back in with our parents and was spending quality time with them. On Halloween, my dad called me and said my brother is back in the mental hospital. Apparently, 2 weeks ago, he lied to the hospital to get discharged. He had active plans to harm my parents. He bought a huge axe, a Halloween mask, and gloves. My parents found this in the car trunk, the car he gave them a ride in. My brother admitted that he planned to do it while they were sleeping on Halloween night. He planned to start with my dad first, then my mom, and then he planned to wear the gloves to stay warm in the forest so he could hide. My dad called the FBI agent to come and collect all the stuff they found in the trunk. I'm utterly horrified. My brother called a couple of times from the hospital, and he says he's ashamed and admitted to all of it. He says they will likely keep him for a bit, but he's already trying to figure out college and work, and a living situation after release. I'm not a gun person, but should I get one just to be safe? Should we get home security? I feel like my brother will try to hurt us, and I want to do my best to protect ourselves. Update 3 months later. I posted about my brother on this subreddit 3 months ago and got great advice. Unfortunately, we're still dealing with it, and it has gotten worse. The prosecutor, both state and federal, wouldn't charge him. Buying guns, an axe, and having thoughts about hurting people is not a crime, they told us. My dad got a protection order against him and plans to shoot my brother on sight if he comes near his house, but my mom doesn't want that to happen and is convinced she can fix him. My sisters and I are begging them to move, but they are refusing. My sisters are in college and far from his reach. I spoke with him by phone every few days, not revealing details about my life, but hoping that keeping contact would provide some safety for me and my kids. I helped raise him. I changed his diapers when he was a baby. He is my little brother, and I felt scared that cutting contact completely would put us on his deletion list. At this point, he hadn't said we were a target. He asked if he could live with me, my husband, and my kids upon discharge, but I told him no. I had to think of my kids. He said he understood, and he said his Prozac and antipsychotic meds were helping. He told me about his friends at the hospital, his art, books, etc. I tried to be supportive of his therapy, and I encouraged him to keep taking his meds and being honest with his doctors. He called me from the hospital on Monday multiple times. I was at work seeing patients, so I couldn't talk. When I finally picked up, he said he regrets not shooting up the hospital. He said he can't stop thinking about buying a sledgehammer and coming to my house, breaking and using it, then using it to unalive me, the kids, and my husband. He sounded like he was smiling and waiting for a reaction. It seemed like he was telling me because he got a kick out of it. I tried to stay calm, not to give him the satisfaction. I told him that's disturbing, that he should talk to his doctor about it, and that I had to get back to work. He said, "I love you," and hung up. I called the hospital, and his doctor told me he admitted to wanting to harm me and my family. He told her that if he can't get a sledgehammer, he wants to break into our backyard, break the glass back door with a brick, run up the stairs to the bedroom area, and get as many of us as he can before he gets caught. She said the meds are not working on him, and they can't keep him in the hospital long term. No residential facility will accept him due to his case file. So, worst case scenario, he may be released on the street. In fact, they nearly released him on February 3rd. I called the police and pressed charges, and I'm still waiting to hear if the prosecutor will accept. I went to court today and got a protection order for myself and the kids, but I couldn't file for my husband. I told my parents, sisters, school, and my employer. My mom said she's known he wanted to hurt someone for 3 weeks. I'm not a huge fan of my mom, and I was pissed she didn't communicate that to anyone. I asked my husband to consider moving ASAP, but he is refusing. My sedentary 5'7", 160 pounds husband says he can take on my brother, who is 6'3" and over 200 pounds. I argued with my husband several days in a row about it, but he thinks we are safest in our home. He is thinking that getting a gun and staying put is the best choice. He says the security system he bought months ago but hasn't installed yet will alert the police, and they'd be here in 10 minutes to help. He says he would wake up from the sound of glass breaking and either take on my brother or push heavy furniture to block the stairs. I worry he isn't taking this seriously. I'm pushing forward with moving. I set up a visit with the bank to see if we can sell the house and buy a new one, and I am contacting a lawyer to set up a trust so I can pay bills and purchase the new home under the trust. This means it is more difficult to find our address online. My husband refuses to talk about it or engage, and he's not helping make any arrangement, saying it stresses him out too much. I told him that once I hear that my brother is released from the hospital, I'm grabbing my bags and the kids and leaving. He can stay in his house and fight my brother. I can't control what my husband does, but I feel that I can't risk it. My kids are too precious. I don't want my husband to be at risk, but I'm exhausted from trying to convince him we need to move. We are not safe in our house. Update 2-3 weeks later. We are going through a challenging season of life. My brother threatened to unalive all of us. We are safe for now, but I know he will try to hurt us if he gets out of the mental hospital. My husband wanted to stay and fight my brother if he comes to harm us. I argued and begged my husband to leave the state to protect our 3 young children. I lost my mind and had a panic attack and threatened divorce if he insists on staying in our house to fight my enormous brother to protect us. He agreed to move, but very begrudgingly. He tells me daily that I'm ruining everyone's lives, our children's, his, and that I'm moving us all to bring myself comfort. Regardless, our move is set. I've been looking at houses, found a real estate agent, arranged a meeting with the bank, applied for and accepted a job in the new state while constantly trying to get his feedback. I'm working full-time and dealing with police and court, and trying to get a new license to practice in the new state. He is hurt, though, and he's pissed that I'm making him move, doesn't feel like we're in danger, and genuinely feels like I'm ruining our life. Tonight, I was looking at houses in the area we are moving to, and I sent him a few. He said he wants a house under $1 million, with at least half an acre, more than a 3,000 square foot lot, with 5+ bedrooms, and newer than 2,000. He sent me a picture of a house he liked and said he would buy it now. It was falling apart, in the middle of a muddy lot, filthy, very far from work, and part of a wall was collapsed. I said that we should consider a lot less than half an acre, that there are great homes, but we would have to compromise. There are homes that fit his dream, but they're more expensive than our budget. He then asked in a condescending tone, "You do know how mortgages work, right?" I said no, because I've never bought a house before. I tried to read up about mortgages, but I am honestly having a tough time. It isn't my strong suit. I said we should rent for a while and save, and he said, "Well, we don't have a choice," in a snarky tone. I wished he would have said something simple like, "Yeah, I agree," or, "Yeah, I think so." Why can't you just be kind? I started crying and left. We've been together for 12 years, and I love our kids, and I love him, but he always does this, and my brother threatening our lives just messed up our already strained relationship. I feel so sad and defeated. Update 3 1 month later. Hi everyone, I'm so grateful to this community and the incredible support. It has been horrible and difficult, and I'm not sure that I could have survived emotionally without my friends, colleagues, and this community. You all gave me amazing advice. We are moving this upcoming weekend. My husband has been more supportive with the move, even though he still feels that he could take on my brother. I'm not interested in physically confronting my brother. I don't want to live in constant fear. Meds in the psych hospital didn't help him. I think the only thing that will help is a long-term inpatient unit, but our state doesn't have those resources. My brother was released from the hospital straight to jail. He currently awaits his court date in May. I met with the prosecutor today and gave my statement. They set his bail at $500,000, the highest the detective I've been working with has seen for a misdemeanor. His lawyer requested to lower it, but the judge refused. I was told the judge is aware of his previous serious plans and preparations to unalive people. The prosecutor plans to seek the maximum jail time possible for this, a year. I don't know if jail is right for him, but if he is released, he will hurt someone. I spoke with my dad, and he was so mad at me for speaking with the police. He kept saying that my brother was asking for help and sharing his fantasies with me, not threatening me. He kept telling me to withdraw my statement. He said that I am the one who put my brother in jail. It broke my heart. I told my dad that I only told the police the truth. I told him my brother is sick and will hurt someone. My dad said, "You don't have a crystal ball." True, but my brother has made his intentions clear again and again and again. His doctor said he has no empathy and that his only thrill is thinking about hurting others. The prosecutor said that even if I withdraw my complaint, the state is still bringing these charges. The social worker and prosecutor conveyed this to my parents, but my dad, mom, and sister keep insisting that I need to recant my statement. I'm terrified of every small noise in the house. We are leaving our friends and everyone we know and moving because of my brother's actions. I feel so heartbroken that my dad and family are blind to it. Everyone else, Police and medical staff included, can see the clear writing on the wall. Update for 2 months later. I want to let you know that we are safe. We are in our new state. My husband is trying his best and being far more supportive. He still believes we should have stayed to fight, but he's accepted the fact that I felt the threat was real. The kids are adjusting to life in our new state. We have made some friends. Our location is not public, despite my license to practice medicine being available online. It is far from the first result, and our address is hidden. My employer is very respectful and has kept my name off the clinic list of providers. I've signed us up for address protection through our state, thanks to many of you who advised me to move and hide our address. I am flying back to our old state today to testify against my brother tomorrow. He decided to go for a jury trial on advice from my parents. I'm an anxious mess and have tons of conflicting feelings. I helped raise my brother, and a large part of my identity has been helping and protecting my siblings. A small part of me feels that testifying against him and sharing everything I know will destroy his life and be a betrayal. But I know he made his bed and must face the consequences. It's the right thing to do, as terrible as it feels. The boy I helped raise is no longer there. He is not the same person who intimately abused a dog, threatened to shoot up a hospital pediatric unit, unalive my sisters with a knife, unalive my parents with an axe, or unalive me, my husband, and my kids with a sledgehammer. I dread seeing this man tomorrow. Every time his photo shows up on my phone, I feel panic. Meeting people with the same name makes my heart beat faster. I can't stop feeling fear. I plan to tell the truth and let the jury decide if my brother is guilty. I worry that this will destroy what's left of my relationship with my family of origin. I have to do the right thing, even if my parents and sisters think this is a betrayal of our family. My sister told me this will not change things between us because she believes I will do the right thing for the family. But the truth is, I plan on doing what's right for my family and the community. Again, I am grateful to you and will update you on how things go. Edit. I just gave my testimony. My brother and mom were staring daggers at me, but I did my best to keep calm. They only allowed me to testify about the threatening phone call, not about any of my brother's past history, not about the guns, axe, or dog. Update 5 same day. Hi everyone, thank you again for your kind support. Here is a hopefully final update. I testified against my brother today in the case of threatening to unalive me, my husband, and our kids. My brother was found guilty. I gave a victim statement, and my husband gave one virtually. I was able to provide more background on his past threats, guns, and other weapons. My testimony at trial was very limited to the phone call, so it felt good to be able to share all the reasons we have to take him seriously. My mom gave a tearful character statement, saying he was so gentle and would never hurt anyone. The judge cut her off mid-testimony. It was honestly so validating. He will be released from jail in 2 weeks to serve out his sentence of 2 years of probation with regular check-ins, mandated therapy, and possibly having to wear a GPS tracker. The judge also extended the protective order for me, my husband, and our kids to 4 years. My mom is renting a hotel room for my brother once he's out of jail. They are trying to find a halfway house, but it will most likely not be very secure. At least probation and mandated therapy should help, I hope. I do not plan on having any future contact with my brother. I will see if we have contact with my parents. I plan on still talking with my sisters. I've urged them not to share their addresses with our brother, but they are adults. I'm not going to reveal our location to any of them because I don't trust that they won't disclose it. I feel that the ruling is fair and will get my brother treatment. I think we are safe now. I did everything I could. Now I'm in the airport, about to fly home, and I'm having a drink to close this horrible chapter.